This is Steve Feldman, publisher of Floor Covering News. We're here with Michel Vermette, President and CEO of Armstrong Flooring. Michel, how you holding up through all of this?
I'm good. I'm good. It's good to be with you, Steve.
Same here. Same here. Armstrong actually had some momentum before this COVID-19 hit, right? Talk about a little bit about January and February for you guys.
We were very optimistic, and and I think hopefully when this is done, we'll gain that momentum back. But we were looking for a very strong 2020 overall, and we saw that both on the commercial and residential side of our business. We're in the early stages of our turnaround, and the team was excited. Our customers were very supportive. So we thought 2020 could be a special year, and we got this virus that decided to derail little things in the short term. So we're dealing with that, and we're doing the best of what we have with that. But hey, it's we'll get through it like anything else, and every day that passes, one day we're closer to the backside of this. So
I tell myself that every single day.
I'm sure.
What are some of the changes that you guys have had to make so far in response to basically the world shutting down?
Well, first is take care of our employees, right? The safety protocols have changed in our plants, in our sites. Been working remotely now for about a little over a month across this. And also, we've had a little early practice because our Asia team started dealing with this at the end of January. So it's taking care of folks first, right? So we've been dealing with that. Our customers have been impacted. We got, I think, like 98% of the country in some type of shelter at home circumstance right now. So our customers have been disrupted. So they're dealing with these issues, and we're looking to support them. The other piece is we have a substantial institutional commercial business. We've been getting a lot of requests for emergency projects across a lot of the Northeast, even Illinois, California, for emergency sites and clinics. We've been responding to that. So it's been really crazy times. A foot on the brake and another side, a foot on the gas, and we've been adjusting our business accordingly to meet our customers' needs. So
good. Right now, what is Armstrong Flooring doing to help floor covering retailers? Some of them have shut down. Some of them are open. Some of them are actually reporting doing some business and doing some installs, especially in the Midwest.
Sure. For the independent retailers in particular, what we've done is we put a shop at home program on our residential website. And I'm happy to report that after 3 days, we've used more samples that we've used in a month so far. So definitely the end users are taking advantage of it. And we're forwarding these leads to independent retailers in their appropriate markets that have our products in their store. So that's been a big, big plus. Been working with that, doing a lot of CEUs. We just had one actually Thursday with over 400 people attending to provide them the knowledge on our products. So the big thing is, getting people up to speed and sharing with them, make sure they're ready to go.
Gotcha. You have a background in finance. I remember, when we first met, I guess, were you like CFO at Deltile?
I was the corporate controller, and I was actually the CFO of Flooring North America for Mohawk. So unfortunately, I had the pleasure to deal with a couple of downturns in a financial role, go through and help multiple retailers through these challenges through the years.
So with that background, what would you be advising a floor covering retailer to do right now to kind of rationalize his business, for the next month or two until things start turning around? What would you suggest they do right now?
Well, for sure, is take advantage of all the government programs. They're available. Don't hesitate. As soon as something comes out, they keep changing. So make sure that you jump on that. Help your staff if they need some help for their programs that apply to your staff and so on. But also look at your working capital. One thing often we forget that the inventory in our warehouse is actually cash. If you can monetize in any way, ideally to install it and put it forward, or to find ways to maximize the value of that. The other piece is you look at, there's always work out there. It could be with customers that you've dealt with for some time. It could be also making sure that all your receivables are current, to that make sure you collect on those and follow up on those. And take the time, since you probably have a little more time than usual right now, just go through your expenses and making sure that you're as current, you don't overlook something, and make sure that you're spending the money in the places you want to spend it, to go through and make sure you set yourself up. Not only you look at it now, but also making sure that when this turns around, and it will turn around, that you also position the right way. And the other thing you look at, sometimes it's hard to maybe look at your showroom and refresh it, look at, not necessarily spending big money, but sometimes just clean it up. You may have the time to reorganize it, or organize your systems, your processes, and do the things you need to make sure you're ready to go when this sells out.
And I think that's important because, I read something somewhere that 67% of people plan on spending exactly what they would normally spend, or be spending more when this turns around. I think there's a lot of pent up demand. From what I understand, and you can probably comment on this, people are still buying flooring at places like Home Depot and Lowe's right now. There's still a demand for it. Maybe they're doing a little more DIY than having, an installer come into their home. But I'm seeing opportunity through those home centers. I'm seeing people doing Main Street business while certain, establishments are closed. Are you seeing the same thing?
Yes, definitely. You see some of the Main Street business for sure doing well. People, even some of the restaurants, they may be closed, but this is a unique time for the ones that have the funds to renovate, update, refresh. May not be big projects, right? But the things to go through, they have the downtime, so they're doing some little things to refresh their footprint. But you look at what's going on in the business. There's a series of projects. Home centers are busy. You want to take advantage. You want to have your own piece of that that's out there. But there's business to be had. You just got to probably look a little harder for it right now than other times. And I would also encourage you to engage with your old customers, right? So maybe there's someone you were doing something that say, hey, it has a phase 2 upcoming. You touch base with them, so when things come up and open up, you're there, you're top of mind, you take care of your labor component to make sure that you get some business out of that too. So I think you always want to be working that next opportunity.
An Armstrong related question. I mean, you benefit in the fact that you have one of the few, brands out there that many consumers know. When this turns around on the rebound, does it help to have a known brand? I mean, obviously a brand provides confidence. You think that's going to help you, in a month or two?
We think so, and just like we were talking earlier, for retailers to prepare. So we actually have our fine-tuning our digital strategy. You'll see us spend some more as this comes, things open up. So we're actually allocating some funds to be more active in that area, to be top of mind to go through. And you look at this current situation. In 2001, a lot of families spent more time at home, and everybody's spending more time at home. And you saw a period of time where people wanted, better interiors, and definitely. And if you don't like your floors right now, you probably like them less so because you've been looking at them for a month every day or 2 months, and so.
A lot of people saying that, yeah.
Yeah, so you're probably more motivated than ever when you can to make a change. So you'll see people, I think, want possibly some better goods. And I think you'll see people reassessing their personal values also based on what has gone through for the last couple of months. And I think having known performance, known quality, better brands and so on will help you in the marketplace. And I think retailers that promote the right brands and the right products and so on in a longer lasting product, I think will have a better outcome. the marketplace.
Last question for you. A lot of people are stuck home right now, whether by themselves, with their families. Any tips on what people can be doing when they're stuck at home, to help with their sanity, to be more productive? How are you maximizing your time at home?
Well, I think there's two aspects, right? So luckily you still got some work, so definitely plan your day and keep yourself focused on things you do. Personally, I try to get 3 or 4 things. I start my day and say, what are the things I need to get done today? And make sure that I get those things done every day. But the other piece is the family side, Steve, and it's not only your immediate family, but people around you. I made a point every day to reach out for friends maybe I haven't talked to in a few months, a few weeks, and so on. I actually did that earlier today, and it was great to talk to an old colleague of mine. And so we caught up on FaceTime 10, 15 minutes, and we shared story. It was just great. It just felt good for me, and I'm sure it felt good for him. And we shared a few stories, and it's just good to connect. And I think the connection piece right now is so important, just like we're doing right now. It's good to see you. And it's so important. And I think also with extended family members, right? So I think better days are to come, and more we keep in touch, support each other during this time. I think we all keep our sanity a lot better in doing this, right, Steve?
Well, Michelle, thank you very much for this. Next time, we'll be doing this face to face, and I hope it's much sooner rather than later.
I'm with you. I agree. Take care, my friend.
Take
Be
care now.